All right, we're going to talk a little bit about this latest Walking Dead episode. It's called The Cell. It takes the story away from the main group and away from Carol and Morgan and to Daryl's fate, where he is a prisoner of the Saviors. Even though this is, I would say, a Daryl episode, it really mostly focuses on another character, Dwight. So two D characters, Daryl and Dwight. Dwight is an interesting character, actually. This really fleshed him out. We get a lot of his backstory. We get to see his sort of agonizing inner turmoil and his own suffering at the hands of Negan. So there's an interesting parallel between Daryl, the prisoner, in his cell, and then Dwight, who is his, tormentor, also in a cell, in a more metaphorical cell, but a cell nonetheless. And he's lost his wife to Negan. He's had his face burned with an iron, and really, I think we see some great character development with Dwight. We see some really great, powerful acting from Norman Reedus. The scene where he gets that photo from Dwight and then just starts breaking down and like weeping, that was such a great scene because Daryl's the tough guy, he has like 4 lines in the whole episode and they're almost all about how tough he is, he won't bend the knee to Negan, and in this scene, we see him really breaking down, and it's hard. It's a great moment though. And of course Dwight, really, you see some of his compassion come out when he wants Daryl to just say, I'm Negan, to just sort of succumb to that, and he wants that not because he's a bad guy. I mean, he's kind of a bad guy, but he doesn't want to see Daryl killed or tortured more. And then at the end, Daryl expresses his own compassion back towards Dwight, saying he understands why Dwight did what he did. But I kind of hoped that Daryl would. I was kind of on Dwight's side of this one. I wanted him to just pretend, at least, just pretend to be Negan's goon, plan your escape. But we'll see what happens. I think at this point it's a little unbelievable that Negan didn't just kill him, but I guess we'll have to suspend our disbelief a bit. So overall, another great episode. Season 7 is shaping up to be pretty strong, at least so far. It's a little slower episode. I don't mind that, though. I think the tension was really great, especially when Daryl escapes. I am a little nervous that they're going to keep doing these, very, very focused episodes. I think it really works to do 1 or 2 where you focus, on Daryl, and then this one you focus on Carol and Morgan, and then you go to the rest of the group. But I still prefer watching a show that's done, like Westworld or Game of Thrones, where you have several plot lines in one episode, and you kind of, you don't necessarily cover every base or every character, but you can see multiple things happening at once. I think that keeps it fresher and more interesting, so I hope they don't stick with this model too far. There's certainly a time and place for it, and I think this is a great example of an episode that does that well. But, we'll see. Overall, a very strong episode, and I look forward to what comes next. I think my biggest complaint, and I don't want to forget this, is still Negan. He's such a cartoon, like, 2-dimensional character. He's not nearly as interesting as someone like the governor, who ran Woodbury and on the surface had this veneer of goodness and reasonableness and could kind of fool people into thinking he was an okay guy until it kind of all, went belly up. But Negan is just pure evil. I mean, people kneel when he walks by. He's more king than Ezekiel, He's a cartoon tyrant, and I'm not thrilled by his character or by the acting, the portrayal of him by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's not connecting with me, and so hopefully that can change, but I'm not sure. Not right. I'm not into it yet. So anyways, you can read my written review at Forbes, and thank you for watching.